Hey y'all, it's Barbara Collins with Madre Minutes, and um, it has been like a really long week and a long time since I've posted on my blog, so this is like day 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's like a whole week's worth of posting, so I apologize, but I've had a few things going on and have had to I've been meaning to post, but then something would delay me with information that I would want to share that I felt like if I shared too soon, then it'd be like, okay, well, stay tuned, which is fine. But anyway, here I am, and I'm glad to be here. My hair is growing in nicely. I actually had it cut this past week, which was a first in over a year of getting my hair cut. And I was so blessed. I went to the E Salon here in Houston, just walked in and had a very, very, very nice young lady cut my hair by the name of Reese. And she blessed me and didn't charge me a thing. And I walked in, I said, I want the full treatment. I want my hair washed. I want the whole thing. And she still didn't charge me, which was really, really wonderful. So I'm going to have to go in and treat her. I told her I'd come back when my hair was a little longer, and she had to make me pay. So she had to let me pay. So anyway, um, gosh, where do I start? Still doing radiation. My skin's doing pretty well. I've been using the calendula. Um, that's been good. I had an echocardiogram on Monday, and they were hopeful that the echo would reflect that since I've been off of Herceptin, that it would reflect that my heart, the echo, would um, show some improvement. Well, it didn't. And so I had to go see a cardiologist today, and he was really great and really encouraging and said, you're not really far off of where you need to be. There are certain numbers and marks that you have to hit and be at in order to move forward with Herceptin and uh, just to be in the safe zone, I guess. And I was not far from it. I think the number is 50, he told me, and I was like at a 48 the first time and a 46 the second time. So I'm not far, but he still wanted to give me some medication to help my heart. So that is what I've been kind of dealing with this week, and so it's been kind of a struggle. Just been sort of sorting it out in my mind. It has been, and it was kind of a scary thing, but I got through it, and I took my first pill tonight, and seemed to be doing okay. It said it might cause drowsiness or whatever, but I seem to be doing okay. And anyway, I touched a little bit last time about feeling like I have been kind of, sometimes I've felt like I've been in the wilderness, but that I didn't really feel like I'd been in the wilderness because I had so much support and that God had met me along the way. Well, this week I sort of felt like I was in the wilderness. It kind of uh, just anything to do with the organ, which is your heart, is sort of, I consider that the organ, um, is a scary thing. I'm not gonna lie. So um, anyway, I'm working through it. I'm trusting the process, and I was able to talk to my sweet doctor, my doctor back in Kerrville, and Dr. Janet Shane. She's wonderful. She's an MD, but she's also helpful and does a lot of homeopathic treatments and remedies, and so I love going to her because of that. And she knows my passion for that and my understanding of that. So I called her and I said, do I need to be afraid? And what's up with that? And she said, don't worry. They've given you the gentlest and the least amount of dosage that they can. and she said, I think you'll be fine. And she said, don't worry, we'll build you back up once this is all done. And so she gave me some great advice and some good, helpful tips. So I'm really blessed and pleased that it eased my mind. It poured some rain, or showered some rain in the wilderness for me while I was, really, I guess, anxious about taking the pill. So I don't hardly even take aspirin. So for me to be doing all of this is just so foreign to me. But I also was able, God just provided just the right woman to sit by me in the waiting room, and she's actually finishing next Tuesday. I'm so excited. I don't even know her name, but I just know that God had her sitting next to me when I got this news, and she could tell something was wrong. And she too had to go on some medication because of her heart and because of her septum. So she, shared with me what it was like, and so I'll be telling you all what it feels like and what it's like and how all that works out. So anyway, that aside, this week is just about over, and I'm going home this weekend, so I'm so excited. Last weekend, I got to go to Nashville and see Miranda Lambert, and she was so awesome. And Blake Shelton came on, and the Pistol Annies, and it was just a fabulous, fabulous evening and fabulous time with my daughter and my sister and all her kids and grandkids, so we had a great time. So anyway, that's been great, and just wanted to read to you a little bit about kind of while I was reading this book, In a Word. I mentioned it last time, this book by George DeJong, In a Word, that a friend gave to me, and it talks about wilderness people and how we long to live a pampered life and an easy life. But the truth is that God's people have always been wilderness people. Abraham and Isaac and Jacob all endured the dryness and the dust for a time. And, when after the rescue from Egypt, the nation of Israel wandered in the desert amongst the rocks and the barren land for 40 years, being shaped into a holy people along the way. And when Elijah felt like giving up in a discouraging time, God gave him rest, and he spoke to him in the wilderness. And so I just really cried out to God, and I just was like, Lord, you're going to really have to convince me, and you're going to have to really just help me through this, because I was so scared. And anyway, here's what this book says, which I love. Amidst the dust and the danger of Israel's wilderness, we see a picture of our lives. We see our painful struggles in its boulders and rocky hills. Peering down the canyon walls, our hearts remember the temptations that have pulled us dangerously close to the edge. And as the sweat drips and our muscles burn under the sweltering sun, we think of everyday pressures that make us feel as though we can't take another step. This is exactly the way I felt this week. Our hearts connect with the physical landscape of the wilderness because it resembles the landscape of our hearts. Certainly, our Christian life enjoys the peaceful meadows and the joyous mountaintops from time to time, but more often life feels like a struggle to survive. In fact, I was talking to a friend, and she couldn't find the word. She was like, why is life just, it's such a, and I went, a struggle? And here then I read this in this book, and it says, but more often life feels like a constant struggle to survive. We live in a spiritually desolate world. We stumble over rocks in our path. We are tested by the difficult climbs, So often we feel weary and discouraged. We long for a chance to escape the daily wilderness of our lives. Yet is it not the way God Yet it is not the way of God to skirt around the wilderness. There are certain lessons He cannot teach us amidst the palm trees and pools of our favorite vacation destinations. There are spiritual muscles that never will grow and be stretched if we do not walk the treacherous wilderness paths. Following God into the wilderness will test us and broaden us. Sometimes it will make us want to quit. Hello. Yet, even amidst its harshness, the wilderness can be a place where we discover some of God's sweetest blessings. And that has been so, so true for me this week. I have experienced His blessing. I've experienced His palm tree and pool. I've experienced the desert and the dryness and the rocky and right up to the edge and wanting to quit. And I've experienced the wilderness, and He's taught me a lot, just to stay the course and to trust and to know that I'm totally in His hands. And I was also completely and utterly blessed because an online friend that I met 2 years ago came and basically surprised me, told me she was coming here with her husband. He had to come for a conference, and she said, but I want to come and see you. So she went to all of my treatments on Monday, which was an all-day affair, and we just got to spend 2 days together in real life instead of online. And so God just met me right where I needed to be. He knew I needed my friend to come and just be with me and be my friend and support me and love on me. And she brought me peonies flowers all the way from Wisconsin. She said they were all balled up, and she just put them in her suitcase, and then when she got here, she stuck them in water and they opened up. And she met me with these gorgeous, they were this big, gorgeous coral colored, beautiful peonies, which were my mother's favorite. And little did she know that May 14th was also my mom's birthday. So it just, she just met me right where I needed to be, right where I was. So, Luann, you're a dear. Thank you so much for just being here and coming all this way. And thank you to all of you all for being so patient with me. And I hope this is informative. I don't want to scare you about the Herceptin thing and the heart thing. Not everybody reacts to Herceptin this way. Sometimes it's a genetic thing. Sometimes it's, who knows what it is. They don't really know. And so whatever I go through, will only and hopefully help someone else down the road. Maybe not be able to go through it. Maybe they'll develop something within the Herceptin that they can give to people that will prevent this. And they told me that a lot of times the medicine can eradicate the symptoms and help, so that, so that I can get through the Herceptin and get through all of this and be done. So I'm very thankful for that, and just love you guys. And I'm just really thankful this week. And I want to say thank you to MD Anderson. I had put out a request to only have women in my treatment room during radiation during my radiation treatments, and they honored that right away. And they made mention of it. They didn't ask why. And I'm not going to talk to them about it why. I just feel better, and that's what matters to them, is making me feel the most comfortable and helping me feel okay with what's going on, because it's very scary with, you know, with what is going on. So anyway, I just, you know, God met every one of my needs this week. So I'm very thankful, very, very thankful. I hope you all have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. Will be back online probably on Tuesday. I'll hopefully be posting some pictures at madreminutes.blogspot.com. Please go and visit all of what I have to offer on my blog. You can follow me on Twitter at Madre Minutes, MadreMinutes. And anyway, just so thankful, and I'll see you right here. Take care. Bye.